Hi guys, today I will show you how you can send players global position every second and how you can connect other objects in your games on that signal and do whatever you want. Maybe you want to spawn some enemies, maybe you want to make some objects disappear to better optimize your game. It's very useful thing and I use it regularly. You will see how simple it is in Godot. I will use my existing game that I'm working on right now to show you how you can do this. This is my player script, and first I will just write my code below my player script to do not confuse you. So in the player script, first we will make the signal, and with that signal we will send data. That data will be player global position. You can call this signal whatever you want. I will call it this is the player position. And in this signal we will send data, so we need to put argument of in parentheses of player position. Now we will go to the player node and we will add timer node. I already have it, but I do not care. You do not want to be afraid to break your code, break your game. Just code and have fun. So add new node, we will add timer and call this timer player position timer on somebody, something like this. I will make this timer as unique name and I will drag it, and just before I let go I will hold control and it will make variable. This timer will be run every second. It will time out every second, and I will check auto start. And now go in your signals of your timer, and in timeout you'll connect that to the player. Now what we want to do when timer timeout, we want to send the signal. So write your signal name dot emit, and we want to meet player global position. Because this is the player script, we can write global position. And now we want to start the timer again. We will write out timer variable name dot start. So this timer will every second go in circles and send every second player position. And you can connect this signal that we are sending from player every second to whatever game object do you want. So I made this test node test scene so I can show you how you can connect the signal with this with every node and how you can use it, some useful thing. So I have mesh, this cube, I have static body, and I have collision shape, which is cube tool. And I save it. Now we will add a script. First, here what we want to do, we want to make player variable because we need it to be able to connect the signal from the player. We will static rotate character body 3D, and we will set it equal to null. You want to, when you are making variable to make it like null, because otherwise you can expect some good number of errors. Believe me, I know from experience. Now in ready we need to connect our player. I use the global script, and in global script I have already player, and that is how I connect my player to every game object. So if you do not have it, you can connect player whatever means you want, but I will show you my global way. So if you do not know globals on Singleton are in project settings, you have globals, and here you can add whatever script you want, and that script can be accessed by every game node, game script. So I have my global script. I will write my code below my code because I do not want to confuse you. So here we will make, this is global script, and he will make variable player, the same variable. We just need this line, and now in your player script, in ready, this is my player script, in ready you need to write name of your global script. My is globals dot player equal to self. So this is everything that we need. So we can access player from every script now. But beware, when you are making your player your game level, you need to put your player higher in hierarchy, because game first need to find your player and then will locate it in every other script. So I like to use my globals for animation player and some other nodes. So we have our connected player. I will go back to test node, test script, and here we will connect our player. To do that, we will write player equal to globals, or whatever your global script is named, player. It do not auto-complete it, you need to save it and then it will auto-complete it. Now we will connect our signal from the player that we made early. For that we will write player dot name of your signal, find your signal and copy it. This is player position. Dot connect. And now in this parenthesis we'll make our callable. Callable, it's like first grade function, first class function. It's like function. You can look at callable like function, but you do not need to call it with parentheses. You just can write its name. I will call my function callable every second. And now we need to make this function. And now you have this function, and this function will run every second. You just need to add your argument that we are sending from player signal, that is player position. It will be vector 3D. I forgot to write it in player signal, but it is vector 3D. I mean vector 3. And now this function is ready. It will run every second and it will send you data of player global position. And here in this function you can write whatever code you want. You want to spawn enemies, you want to call your object. You can write everything you need. So this is first part of this video. In second part I will show you some useful things that I'm using in my game. So this is my game with collision. I will show you every pillar, every light, every object in my game is connected to that signal that we are sending from player. And I will just go in free flight mode and show you. Look at this pillar's collision and it on this light. When I move away from it, it will disappear. It will stop animations. And I will show you how you can do that. But you can spawn enemies, you can do whatever you want. It's very useful thing. And I know you can write it in every single node, but why have every 100 timers when you can have just one? And please, if this help you, please subscribe and like and leave comments, whatever you want. First I will show you what I like to do with my signals. If not this signal is already connected, then connect it, because otherwise you can run in multiple errors when your signal is double connected on something. Now I will compare player position with distance, and if that distance is lower than expected, things will happen. It's higher, things will happen. We will make another variable of max distance. It will be float, and I put it like 100 meters. I do not like to show my code because every person should be able to code differently. It's art of coding, but please understand this. Do not just copy it. Understand this code. So this is beautiful. This is beautiful code. Just follow me. First, what I like to do, I will make some kind of boolean that will compare player distance with this max distance, and then I will just go if true, if not. So we will make local variable near. We will push this player position, distance to, so we will make player position distance to self global position. I like to write self because my brain better understand. You can write just global position of, because this is just objects, this test node. But I will make self global position. If player position distance to this object is lower or equal to this max distance, so this is 100 meters. If that easy, you can just write 100. So if this is true, then this variable will be true. Now what I like to do, follow me, it's a beautiful code. If near, you can write if near. So if this is true, that means the player is near. What we want to do? So we want to hide this mesh and hide this collision. So we will make another variable with mesh and with this collision shape. Make it your name and make it access for unique name. I will just use this regular and hold control before letting go. And now we have these two new variables. Now if player is near, we want to show this mesh. And we want to enable this collision. disable equal to false. And now the simple thing and beautiful thing, else. So if the player is further away than 100 meters from your object, remember this is every second, else. Else hide mesh, disable collision. So this is everything that we need. So let's test it. So this is every piece of code that we needed. I had this typo here, connected is connected. So this is every piece of code that you need. I had this typo, it's connected, and I put this cube scene in my game world. I'll just turn on the light, battery off, and now I will test it. Cube, I think, is somewhere here, and here it is. Now if we go further than 100 meters, collision and mesh should disappear. And you see it disappear, and when we go closer it appear. It's very useful thing, and you can make wonders with it. I use it all the time. And when you have your player in globals, you can connect it easier. I see these slides do not give shadow. That is problem, or I'm blind. So let's sum everything up. So first in player, you make this signal, and in this signal we are setting data player position, which is vector 3, and in player you make the timer, and that timer runs out every 1 second, and when he runs timeout, he emits signal, which is player global position, and it's restart the timer, and then you connect that signal, which is emitted every second, in whatever game object you want. First you need to find your player, and then you connect signal. This is safeguard for signals. Connect with callable, and you make that callable. I like to do it like this. I make this boolean and I just compare it. It's very simple and very easy. So that will be all. If you like this video, please subscribe and leave like and whatever you want.